Greetings everyone, and Great here. Another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the north side as the US forces, we have Tibi. Spawn on the south side as the Panzer Elite, we have Lexy, Hartmann. We do also have the more relatively rare Schimwagen, type 128. Let's see now, will we be going for another Schimwagen or going for Panzer Grenadiers? Probably Panzer Grenadiers, or Panzer Grenadier into Schimwagen, so he's eyeing for multiple Schimwagens. Will we see something involving like not armor, tank hunter, deploy out landmines? US played Course Plaza, barracks, likely a rifleman or jeep on the build queue. Mine drop ability, so that is tank hunter. Pretty sure that's tank hunter. Yeah, that's definitely tank hunter. So we do now have a relatively rare Schimwagen with access to landmines at this moment in time. Hopefully, and he does have sort of 50 munitions, so that is enough for a landmine. I've seen somebody rush the Schimwagen into another map, onto a lay down landmine on a road, and immediately sniped a jeep. Pack abuse. There is a bug in the game where if you have the pack fire, then quickly pick it up and redeploy it, it will be able to fire almost immediately, thus increasing the rate of fire. It is a bug, and it is considered abuse. We do not have this engineer's advancing on forward. Schimwagen is capturing up the viewpoint behind the hedge. And this Schimwagen is eyeing for a landmine there. Very, very nice. We do now have the engineers getting some damage on the Schimwagen. The rifleman now pushing forward, getting some damage there on the Schimwagen as well. Trying to run away, does see a damage engine crit there, so it may go down, will go down. Good little pick there by the US player. Panzer Grenadiers advancing on forward. Rifleman squad advancing forward. Panzer Grenadiers will likely be overran by these riflemen. Over here, we've got this Panzer Grenadier squad advancing along the flank. This Panzer Grenadier is eyeing inside the garrison. There are two windows inside, so that is a okay defensive point there for the Panzer Grenadier. Jeep does spot the Panzer Grenadiers, and these ones do fall back. You could try luring the Jeep over this landmine to pick it off. And also got some more Panzer Grenadiers being deployed on out. Engineers will be captured at this viewpoint now. Riflemen are also aiding them. On the left side, the Schimwagen is doing a good job capturing up the left flank. He does get the cutoff point as well, going for the fuel point and now for the munitions points.
We are losing a sector.
Munitions point over here is now being decaptured.
Defensive operations have been upgraded.
And how do you guys defensive operations upgrade? Rifle squad pushes their way forward, trying to get some damage down the Panzer Grenadiers. This Panzer Grenadier is seeing some much needed health benefits. This Panzer Grenadier does get inside of the garrison. No additional structures just yet for the Panzer Elite player. We do have the rifleman now eyeing for this fuel point and will find a landmine. And that will clue his opponent in on what his opponent's gone for. Now he knows his opponent's gone for tank hunter. He knows the Schimwagens. Panzer Grenadier and Schimwagen now eyeing for this munitions point. That is a good sector. He hasn't got his safe sectors there. Panzer Grenadiers now engaging this rifleman squad. Could use the carcass there as cover. Could also use a Burgundy to reclaim that carcass. Panzer Grenadiers inside this garrison as well. Does Panzer Grenadier see a bit of fire? Looks like this garrison is firing at full capacity. He could actually throw another squad in there to get more windows firing as well. Panzer Grenadiers push their way forward. Time for this heavy covers once again. Incendiary grenades being deployed on the field. A little bit, most times you see that being deployed out early when you're fighting against spreads to deal with the slit trench. But in this case, he has gone for early incendiary grenades. Hartmann and Panzer Grenadiers engaging up range. We do got this rifle squad getting some good damage there on this Panzer Grenadier. It's making a soft retreat away. So now this rifle squad does overrun the Panzer Grenadiers as the Jeep is starting to advance forward as well. Landmine center map has not been detected. Has the US player gone for a
We are losing ground.
minesweeper just yet? Does dodge the incendiary grenade for the most part. And the US player is gone for flamer, but not for minesweeper. No minesweeper on the build queue either. German wagon move driving around. And the Jeep does find the landmine there. Very nice pick.
Post report we are losing a sector.
Panzer Grenadiers is good damage on these riflemen. Engineer squad does fall back there. The Incendiary grenade has connect. And it's another Panzer Grenadier squad pushing forward. Of course, you can't really wire off this region just yet until you get I suppose it's tank cutters, so you simply can't. Luftwaffe ground forces, of course, can, and so's scorched earth, but tank cutter cannot block off that side.
Our front lines are collapsing.
Rifleman squad is inside the garrison, full health. We've got this Panzer Grenadier eyeing to capture the right flank, and as well as these other points. Flamer Engineer does see a bit of fire there. Oh, he also deployed a landmine there, so that +2 wasn't the squad losing a model, but it was actually a landmine being built by the US player. Very nice. You're welcome. VP has been captured on up. We've got the rifleman squad capturing this munition sector. Overall, looks like better control by the US player, but it's actually still pretty even. Just slightly in favor of the US player. Plus, the Panzer player is not captured these safe sectors either. But he is missing out a bit of resources there. The Shim and Wagen could perhaps captured on up. We now have Triage Center and the Supply Yard going on up.
Supply Yard is now in action.
Now got the Panzer Grenadier and the rifleman squad engaging. Of course, we got all three models firing. One through this side, the other two for that side. While on this side, the rifleman only had that one window. Rifleman squad does get out of the garrison there and does fully withdrawal. German Wagen may find the landmine there. Does deploy out another landmine himself. Does find the landmine. I wonder if he actually realized he found the landmine.
That's it. Construction
Losing
finished.
ground out
And
there.
now we got the mortar pool has been deployed on the field.
We hold the initiative. At this rate, we'll be taking Berlin by Christmas.
Landmine has been detonated by the Panzer Grenadiers. He did not realize he found that landmine. And this Panzer Grenadier squad is going to be overran. He does have some buddies nearby. Sherman Wagen trying to knock around these forces. This Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back. This one's going to receive a bit of fire there. Does have a Panzer squad here.
Supply line.
This Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back. So does the Tank Buster squad. He does have healing back home, so retreating back early before he drops any models will preserve his manpower. And he does get the cutoff point there, denying all the resources on the left side of the map for a short amount of time. Rifleman squad even capturing up these safe sectors.
Point captured. Rifle squad is being engaged.
We do have a forward HQ now pulled up in the Panzer League player. Engineers find the landmine that will force them back. He does have triage center to get them healed on up. Panzer Grenadiers getting some much needed healing here.
We are losing a
That
sector.
Rifleman squad does get forced back. We do have a VP captured in favor of the US player. The Panzer League player has dropped a number of tickets.
Greyhound, ready to fight.
You're welcome. Sorry, I just saw a couple more YouTube comments. So you have to move the pack between shots, more or less just pack it up, not necessarily move it. If you were to let it fire and simply pack it up, since it's how to put it, an action, it does setup and deployment does take time. That is a mechanic of the game. It does not keep the shots, the reload animation and the cooldown in between shots if you pack it up and redeploy it. Tank Buster does leave it a fighter. It does have 2 Tank Busters deployed on the field. Make that right now 6 Panzer Grenadiers now deployed on the field. Panzer's now rolls a miss there. Got these 2 Panzer Grenadiers here. Greyhound deployed on the field. Panzer's going to be very useful for him. He does also have the 50 cal deployed out, and the Panzer squad does fall back. This Panzer Grenadier squad needs to fall back as well. He's a bit too much damage so far. Does fall back. May drop a model too. Panzer does roll a miss there. Does have some Cindy grenades, and plus there's this landmine here, which the engineer's about ready to find. Does get a good hit there. Could throw the Cindy grenade on top of these guys who are currently not moving all too well. Though he's actually a little bit low munitions. Nope, not your mother. We do now have the rifleman now moving back to the left side. He's trying to recapture up this cutoff point now. Schwimmerwagen captured up the fuel point and the munitions point now. And Panzer Grenadier is now eyeing for the right side of the map. Over here, Panzer Grenadiers push way forward, trying to get some damage on in. Does find a direct hit there on the rifleman. Panzer Grenadiers do drop another model there. And the Schwimmerwagen does back off before it gets overran by all the riflemen. We of course have the mortar half track now deployed on the field. I'm to hit these groups of riflemen. Let's see, he's firing over rounds over here. Sound like an incendiary round. I don't know why it sounds like that. Oh, here, rifle squad pushes forward, trying to overrun the mortar half track. Tank squad will escape on out there. Black Irving now firing away. Tank Buster lining up shot there on the Greyhound, gets a good hit. Rifle squad's not going to see some hits there from the mortar half track. I mean, that round lands could be very deadly or a complete whiff. It was a complete whiff. We got G43 squad over here as well as a regular Panzer Grenadier. They could use a bit of healing there from the HQ. And the US player has pulled out some bars. The right now has the player doesn't have a whole lot of resources stored up nor deployed out. The US player does have not a lot of resources either, but has still an unknown doctrine selected, if a doctrine's even been selected so far. Panzer Grenadier is trying to gauge these for rifle squad. One of them does fall back there. Panzer Grenadier squad falls back, and so do all the riflemen. Does get a small hit there. Panzer Grenadiers getting some much needed healing from this forward HQ. Panzer squad trying to eye hit there. Greyhound's been repaired up quite nicely. We now have Veteran Suit 1 the Greyhound. Mortar raining on in. This could wipe out the engineer. Or hit the rifleman side of the squad inside the garrison, doing some severe damage to him. Patrick does get another hit there in the Greyhound. Greyhound's down to minimal health. And of course the game some randomly alt tabs. I don't know why it does that. Player Grenadiers and Rifleman Squad now trying to get these Panzer Grenadiers. Not getting healed up, or he is getting healed up. And Panzer Grenadier Squad will need to fall back there. More mortars raining on him, but there's nothing right there. Gets a great hit there onto that Rifleman Squad.
Enemy unit.
And Greyhound does take out the Panzer Grenadier. Do have some landmines put over here. Looks like it is a Greyhound landmine. Do have this Rifleman squad. They could find the Greyhound landmine. And it's going to fight from heavy cover there. Do have now the Tank Buster squad receive a bit of healing. Mortar half track lining up a shot onto the Rifleman. Fresh AT gun now pulled on the field. Mortar half track. Looks like got a hit there on the Rifleman. And nothing up here at the moment. We do got a neutral capture at the moment. This could be captured up by either player. He has 2 mortar half tracks deployed on the field. And And now do have a U.S. sniper deployed on the field. Still unknown doctrine just yet. We'll have soon to be 4 command points. Over here is opponent. No visible ability just yet, but we know he is scouted for Tank Hunter.
Available for assignment.
Veteran Sergeant has been researched. Now got these rifle squads straight forward. He does get them spotted. Tank Hunter squad could get a shot there on the Greyhound. There is a landmine here, which could be detonated by the Greyhound. Does fall back nice and early. Does avoid that landmine for the time being. And the Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back there. I did hear a detonation there. The Greyhound does spot that landmine. Was that a full teller mine? Or was that a Schimwagen mine? Because it did do quite a bit of damage there. Landmine here may have been discovered as well. Rifle squads push forward. He passes inside the garrison. We got a lot of rifle squads here. This is the perfect time to do mortar half-track barrage. There's the mortar half-tracks right there. Good try pressing pinning one. Does spot the U.S. sniper. They're used to get some reinforcement. This Panzer Grenadier is falling back. Takebuster squad can see quite a bit of damage here. Does get flinched a little bit. D43 squad does get inside the garrison, stopping the capture. Sniper does get a shot down the Takebuster squad. More Panzer Grenadiers pushing forward. Throw a incendiary grenade inside this garrison. Gets good damage there. Mortar's not really hitting all too well. Did the sniper go down? No, the sniper's right there. And more of these mortars are raining on in. Sniper getting its 4th kill relatively soon. Having trouble live shot there. Frag grenade thrown. Another frag grenade thrown. He does force back these squads. That's gonna get the kill there. Oh wait. Okay, that's teller mine, not Panzer Elite landmine. I thought we were going to see another sniper and landmine. This happened too often, in my opinion. And the mortar does find a crit there onto the M8 Greyhound. Does use suppressive fire there. The mortar half-track needs to fall back. Of course, it does not have damage engine just yet, so it should be able to run away. Rolls a miss there. G43 squad, Panzer squads. He could use suppressive fire in both of these engineers, but he's actually low on missions. Both flame engineers do fall back. Does throw an incendiary grenade there, burning himself out quite a bit. Needs to get that Pink Panzer squad reinforced. May get exploded by a grenade. Does get reinforced time. Does fall back. Mortars are raining on in. He must have queued up a lot of abilities when I saw the amount of missions he had at the moment. And the US player does fall back with everything here. Snipers on the region. Greyhound still has damage engine. Oh, and this landmine was destroyed. Wait. The AT gun went down to the teller mine. He had an AT gun, right? He had to be an AT gun. That looks like an AT gun to me. So, I'm not sure that's a good or bad thing for the US player, detonating with that with over the Greyhound, but it does fund the teller mine.
The indomitable Hetzer tank is now available.
And now does have Hetzers eventually be available, just need a bit more manpower.
Upgraded unit ready.
Let's get a good hit there. Gets another damage and crit there. German Wagen received a bit of fire there from these riflemen. And now we do have a fresh 2-2 now full on the field. Panzer does connect on the Greyhound. Got these Panzer Grenadiers advancing on forward. And the Panzer Grenadiers just see a bit of fire there. Another Panzer squad advances forward, trying to find a shot. Sniper does kill the Panzer Schrecker. What's the term for the person carrying a Panzer Schreck?
We have been provided with advanced repair capabilities.
Advanced repairs available. Supply yard has no upgrades at the moment. US player still appears not to select the doctrine. He has a good good reserve of munitions. So, any of the doctrines are good for US player to spend munitions on. Airborne has a lot of powerful anti-infantry abilities, while off-high power shoot's always quite nice. And the armor company, probably not armor company, since he does not really have assets to recover and repair. Supply yard now being upgraded. He does need to capture some more sectors. He has very little map control, and as well as being at pop cap, though all of his squads are reinforced.
Won't win this war by standing around. We got contact.
Our front line
Panzer
is
Grenadiers
collapsing.
engaging the rifleman squad.
The enemy is down to 300 points. We have territory out of supply.
AT gun pushes way forward. Does receive a small hit there. Panzer Grenadiers receive a bit of fire. Rifleman squad pushes way forward. Does get a couple good hits there on AT gun. Does decrew it. Rifleman squad's now trying to overrun. Does force back the G43 squad. Panzer squads does destroy the AT gun entirely, and they fall back. Very, very good play there by the Panzer player. Don't see any more landmines in this region. Incendiary mortar does rain on in, does roll a miss, does singe some of these squads that are advancing on through. 2-2, see a bit of fire there. Those are mortar half tracks, that's the Schimmenwagen up there. No light half track on the field just yet, and do got a good hit there, suppressing and forcing back these units. Maybe a fresh landmine. That was not to see. Trying to, perhaps I to decapture this, 4HQ there, does get an AT grenade there, does not take out the armored car, the 2-2. Needs to not advance with the 2-2. But since he did, he may get the wipe there. Does get the wipe there. Greyhound advancing forward. This Panzer Grenadier squad is severely damaged, may draw some fire there, does full withdrawal fit. 2-2 still being pursued and does get taken out by the Greyhound. Giving the 2-2 Vector Z2. Not 2-2. The Greyhound.
It's too hot. Taking fire.
Patrick pushing forward. Maybe we'll find a shot there in the Greyhound. Does get a shot there in the Greyhound. Engineers kept at this point there. And the Panzer player has to play some excellent Tellermine playsage. Sniper does get a good hit there onto the Think Buster. G43 is pushing forward, trying to overrun the sniper. Maybe overrun the sniper. Let's get some good damage to the sniper. It's going to try to go for the kill. Does use suppressive fire there. Does receive a frag grenade and does fall back with both those forces. And the Panzer squad will need to fall back as well. Flamers, Riflemen may be able to capture this VP. There's only mortar half tracks here to stop them, which that is actually a good item to stop them. Does get a incendiary mortar there, cinching these squads as well. As Grenadiers push forward. More mortars ready on it. Engineers trying to decapture this point there. Those are frags, only gets one model there. This Grenadiers is a little bit damaged. Fresh US sniper to pull on the field. 3+1 still alive at 8 kills. Having a hard time hitting the engineer. Electricity 1 engineer. And does get a small hit there. Does throw a pair of sticky bombs there onto the mortar half track. He may lose it. Does lose it. And the 4HQ does get the capture, but does lose the engineer entirely. Three riflemen, 1 engineer, 2 snipers will remain, so that's 6 command points. Right now his opponent has access to Panthers. US snipers push way forward. We do have the rifleman squad capture this point, and the flame engineers eyeing for the flank. G43 is advancing on forward, trying to get some hits there onto the engineers. Does get inside the garrison time, does fall back out of range of the flamer. Another Schimmenwagen now pulling field, got now 2 US snipers advancing forward. I wonder if he realizes this one still has 0 kills. And that is kill number 1. So he may realize now there's 2 snipers pulling field. Mortar raining on in. Nope, we're raining in pretty far though. Contract does roll best there. We do have another landmine here. It's the Teller mine, not the Panzer Leak mine. And over here, there's the Panzer Leak mine. Oh yeah, it's only called Panzer Leak mines for the munitions half track. Schimmelwagen is just called mines. Of course, the Panzer Leak mine, or the Teller mine, cannot blow up upon infantry, but can only blow up on vehicles, which is quite nice. Another landmine pulled out by the Schimmelwagen. Rifle squad may find it relatively shortly. Looks like it's going to find it relatively shortly. Does get shots there on the Schimmelwagen. May find some other things to hit with that landmine as well. US Rifleman squad almost hit it. And there you go, it does get hit there. Oh, and now do we hear airborne being put on the field. What type of airborne are we hearing? It is the supply drops. He does not have strafing run just yet, nor recon run, nor bombing run. And these Panzer Grenadiers are advancing over here, trying to stay away from these riflemen. Still just a Teller mine there. The Panzer Leak mine was somewhere. Ah, there it is.
Goddamn.
Flamer squad may find it. Does receive a lot of damage there. Could lose the Flamer squad there. Gets hit down the Rifleman squad there. Save grenade's been thrown. Lord didn't miss. Does fall back nice and early to avoid that frag grenade there. Oh, and one sniper does go down to the 2-2. Blitz up the road. Does find one. Will likely find the other. I don't see a landmine on the tree path. AT gun not setting up to pursue it. It takes out both those snipers. Very, very nice. Does save a shot there from the M1 AT gun getting tied up on that Rifleman squad. And we'll see another shot there going down. But overall, even though it's a little bit of a shame that he lost the 2, it's still good that he killed off 2 snipers. Definitely worth.
We have aerial recon capabilities.
Recon's not available. Soon he'll have access to strafe and run. I'm not sure that's 2 command points, right? And bombing run's like 3 after, or is it 4 after? I honestly can't remember.
57 mil at your service.
We do not have a US mortar there. Crewed by riflemen, that's from the supply drops. We also have the 30 cal crewed by riflemen, so that's from both the mortar and the 30 cal comes supply drop. Very nice. The mortar's not going to be really super useful against the Panzer League player. Maybe we'll find some random landmines to detonate. But the 30 cal will be useful just to deny these Panzer Grenadiers planes forward. Plus, its armor-piercing rounds is able to hit those 52s a little bit more easily. I wonder if you realize that was a landmine being placed there. I wonder if he was paying attention, because that was a pretty quick deployment time. Yep, he's going force fire on the ground, but he's force fire in the wrong location.
Sector being captured.
He could really deploy out landmine there. You see him deploying out a lot of landmines, and it has found some Teller mines, so it's probably a good idea to go.
Casualties.
Oh, something got wiped out. This rifle squad inside this garrison. You should really eye deploy out engineer of a minesweeper. It is warranted since his opponent's deploying out a lot of landmines. And since he knows the opponent's gone for tank hunter, they don't really have a doctrinal munitions sink. It's all small stuff like Teller mines, landmines, and all that sort. So the Panzer League player can be very wasteful with throwing cinder grenades and lay down landmines everywhere, because he's going to have a lot of munitions. Right now, he's been doing a good job of spinning it. He's down to 80. As right now, 5 Panzer Grenadiers deployed on the field. Was that the 4-man squad? Yes, he does have the 4-man squad as well. As a logistics company, Panthers can be called in if he so chooses. 2-2. Now getting some damage there onto the rifleman. And now got this Panzer Grenadiers pushing way forward. Does get the upgrade of the G43. And that is a Wehrmacht, or not Wehrmacht, Panzer landmine there. Does get a nice hit there. Is that another landmine? No, that's a US landmine. We got multiple US landmines deployed over here. Very nice. I always find landmines, they're a bit more entertaining than snipers, in my opinion. Because there's a clear counterplay of using a minesweeper, while snipers you have to be a bit more risky and dive it. Hotchkiss now point field. Shermanwagen dies. Hotchkiss now point field. It's another good munition sink for if you go for Tank Hunter. Because, like I mentioned beforehand, you're going to have a lot of spare munitions because there's no powerful one-clicks. You now have these sectors being captured up here. Great field control by the Panzer player. Does have these 2 VPs captured as well. He does have less VPs in the moment, but that can change given enough time. And now do got the Warframe research for the Hotchkiss. Does find another Panzer Elite landmine there. Very nice, getting severe damage. And okay, that is the US landmine there. Sniper is likely not going to find us another landmine just yet. .60mm mortar sitting on up, rifleman squad of bars and flame shooters facing forward. Does get a great hit there with a mortar, very very nice. 2-2 getting some good damage as well. This is not going well for the US player. Panzer Grenadiers, yeah, and the carcass of the cow, which is not very pleasant. And now the rifleman squad does soft retreat away. We're seeing a bit of fire there, makes one full retreat. We got that telephone pole flying off to the distance and disappears. His planet needs him.
Ready for mission orders.
Now we've got 2 Hotchkiss deployed on the field, very nice. I'm more of a fan of the Panzer IV C of the Hotchkiss. Mortar half track does go down. I'm more of a fan of the Panzer IV C, but the Hotchkiss, I can understand the appeal to it. Sniper does get a good shot there. I hear another airdrop somewhere. Inquisitor's Advancing War does have a second pan strike for research. They will get some good destruction there on these support weapons. Great Front does come forward, does force back these squads. Good force back the Panzer Grenadier. These forces making their advance. We got the Hotchkisses here. Hotchkisses have a deceptively large amount of health, so they can actually withstand quite a beating and defend themselves versus infantry. I think I saw them. Your wagon, was it? I saw some of them. I did download a couple of them if you want me to take a look at one of them. But if you have any other more particular replays in mind, go ahead and send me a DM on Twitch of a direct link to games replay, and I'll take a look at it tomorrow. How's that sound? We got a bit of damage there, fully immobilized the 2-2. We do have this Panzer Grenadier engaging. Got some mortars running under this garrison, or something at least. Even incendiary grenade. Panzer Grenadier does fall back there. We do have these Hotchkisses in this region.
We are losing ground. Unit has died in action.
And 2-2 does go down thanks to being fully immobilized. It's pretty easy to be picked off there. Now the Warfman's now eyeing a barrage. Maybe something over here.
Our supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
Does detonate a landmine there. Very nice. Detonating landmines is actually pretty handy. People mostly think about killing off models, but killing off landmines also can be more important and better than killing off a single model. STG squad now deployed on the field. That is squad number... It is a fresh squad, so he has replaced one of his Panzer Grenadiers with an STG squad. He lost one of the tank busters, actually. Rifleman squads making their way down south through this region. Sitting in a crater, but his engine's still fine and his health is fine. Hotchkiss is going to get some damage over here as well. You have a landmine there, not teller mine. May just keep on continuing to call them Wehrmacht landmines because it's basically what it is. Just that it's easier to say that in my mind than saying teller mine. As we advance forward, you got Tellermine here is still up and going. We do now have the mortar being received. Does get the crew there. Strafe run does come forward. Does need a full withdrawal of these guys. Does full withdrawal to them. This guy's not withdrawing at the moment. They received a nasty mortar hit there by the US 60mm mortar. This one may get wiped out. Severely low in health. Warping raining on in. One range a little bit off. The other three, I'm not sure where they are going. Or for. And very delayed. Very off.
Reinforcement completed. Form up.
Rifleman squad moving around the flank. K2 engaging. Hotchkiss firing, does get a good hit there on the rifleman. Does get some good garrison, there's 9 models there. Make that 7. And the grenade does connect as well. He needs to get out of that garrison, he's getting ripped apart. Hartmann is retreating over here, we'll find a lot of support weapons there. Does fall back. That squad is wounded with 4 models remaining, needs a full withdrawal. We do now have an M10 deployed in the field. Hotchkisses could actually get some good damage there. But the walking Stuka upgrade is again as well. Another strafing run somewhere over here. Looks like trying to save these support weapons. Now there's 2 M10s in the field. The Hotchkiss can defend themselves against 1, but they can't really defend against 2. He doesn't also have the extended barrel upgrade. I'm not sure what it's called onto these guys. And a sniper does get spotted there. Mostly can't be crushed by Hotchkisses. Good to know. And now it does fully withdraw. Finds a shot there. Does take out the sniper there. Hotchkiss just seen a bit of fire. Does get a pen there. Its pens do horrible damage. Headshots do connect. Tellermine. Destroyed engine crit. Both of them. May got destroyed from the Hotchkiss. Does get a good kill there. M10 make it a crush here. Does lose him. No, he does not lose model. Does lose both models due to crushes. Hotchkiss would like to go down shortly. I don't think he has AT grenades for research at the moment. He has recruited a second mortar there. What AT guns does to get decrewed. And Grenadiers may get corralled and crushed. He got 1 of them crushed, 2 of them crushed. They're throwing themselves in their shreds. And AT gun does go down. He does have 4-man squads, so you could have tried picking that up. This guy, I'm not sure where he's going. We've seen a bit of fire there from multiple squads. XTG squad seen a bit of fire there. Hotchkiss now hitting the rear armor of the M10. Of course, I say Hotchkiss can defend themselves, but they're not so great. It does actually focus that one down. Grenadiers do fall back there. Hotchkisses can stand a bit more of a beating than you would imagine. And their guns, I don't know why. They have a high pen rate, but just really, really low damage. I don't know how else to describe them that. Sticky Bomb does connect on 222.
The enemy has destroyed a vehicle.
Hotchkisses in large numbers are disturbingly hard to kill with M10s and Hellcats. I have no idea why, other than that's just what I've seen. We got the Panzer Grenadier behind some heavy cover there. AT gun does get through once again. And these rifle squads do fall back. A lot of these support weapons are decrewed, but 30 cals on this region does pick himself up a bar. Very nice. And now the Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back.
Panzer Grenadiers, ready for orders.
We do now have this flamethrower squad may go down. And flame engineers do fall back. fresh M10 deployed on the field. How many Hotchkiss on the field? Just the 2. And he has right now 4 Panzer Grenadiers. No Panzer squad. You may want to eye for Panzer squad or eye for Hetzers or Panthers. On it right now. Has access to all of his doctrinal abilities, including the bomb run. He has recently used the supply drops. He's a little bit low in manpower. He does have supply yard level 2 upgrade. Very good. And his Panzer Grenadier has picked themselves up a Panzer off the ground. So he may not be able to upgrade himself a Panzer to a tank plus squad with that. Does find himself an AT gun. Very nice. Rifle squad or Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back. And 10 skirmishing around. Captured the AT gun, trying to find a shot.
Losing ground.
Here comes the Workmen's from the Hotchkisses. Rolls a bunch of misses there. AT gun now trying to be overran. And 10 trying to pursue the Hotchkiss. Those roll a bounce there. Rolls another bounce. I think one item that helps them out with their defending themselves is the long-barreled upgrade. Has received been damaged there. The Rifle squad does fall back there. SCG squad's falling back as well. This Rifle squad could get wiped out. Yeah, SCG squad's on the retreat path. Let's pick up the captured AT gun there. Does wipe out that rifleman. That 3 rifle squad quickly overran. M10's overrunning the Hotchkiss. I think he just got a full squad wipe there. That was not a retreating squad. Hotchkiss does go down. Rifle squad does fall back. This could be wiped out. There's still a 4-man CG squad there, but it's not to wipe it out.
Report we are losing a sector.
One flamer squad there, seeing a bit of fire there. We do now have the intense push forward. We're seeing fire from Panzer. Single Panzer squad. Does get one model crushed there. He may just want to fully retreat it. AT gun has been recaptured. Fires a shot against something over here. He might want to get this AT gun over here. And there's a lot of carcasses here. He could deploy out Bergantiga. I know I usually joke around like, oh, you can deploy Bergantiga to get the Kettengrads recovered. But he can use a Bergantiga to recover a Hotchkiss 2-2. This Hotchkiss is... Oh, that's an M10. Oh, this Hotchkiss is still alive. There's just some carcasses here and there for him to recover. I'm just going to leave it at that. We do not have the Hotchkiss. Same bit of fire there. And one AT gun could rotate around.
Enemy unit
Does have a Hotchkiss there. Another thing you can recover the Bergantiga. Also, there's another 2-2 carcass there. Does crush the Hotchkiss carcass. One M10 does go down. AT gun still set on up. He's trying to crush the Panzer singular. 230 cals here. As we should recover a mortar half track. Panzer does get a good hit there. G43 squad engaging over here. He has flying munitions to call in some bomb runs as well. I'm so surprised we didn't see any in those base HQ.
We're at 200 points.
Grenades have been thrown. Gets only one model. Panzer does connect there. Singular Panzer squad is pushing away forward. May find another shot there. Does not find a shot off. AT gun withdrawing. And we do now have the Yaga Panther ready to go. Maybe same with manpower for it. Straight front does come forward. Try to go for a cheeky squad wipe there. Unsuccessful. And one of the flak Irvings have gone down as well. He has reinforcing squads, not going straight for the Panther, going for reinforcing squads is probably a good idea. The Panzer player does have more VPs than opponent. And here a sniper shot there as well. Does deploy a telemine there. This Panzer squad does have a bar. Sniper has been found there. Could get overran along with the AT gun. And 10 trying to engage as well. strafing run over here. It does pin express squads.
Grenadiers ready!
He is losing some of these Panzer Grenadiers. He needs to fall back with them. Does get a incendiary grenade off on the 30 cal. Trying to deal with those on the 30 cal.
Kampfbereit!
And does fall back now. That US sniper go down? Plus I don't hear any music, so we'll swap over to him. US sniper did not go down there. There is... Okay, that's a US landmine there, not a Pencil 8 landmine. Flame engineer here. And the garrison's not getting hit. Does fall back nice and early. Now got these Pencil grenades pushing forward. Does get some shots there. More supply drops being pulled on out. And the Flamer squad does ban the garrison. Does fall back. And it looks like more supply drops being brought on in. He's been capturing up these weapons. He's been struggling a little bit of manpower for most of the game, so probably a good idea not to capture up everything. Though these 30 cals are posing a big problem to the Panzer Elite player. He's lost all of his mortar half tracks, so he's having trouble dealing with them. Though as I mentioned beforehand, there's Burgundy and carcasses. We do have another 2-2 to pull on the field. Yeah, there's another 2-2, so there's potentially 3 2-2s in this region, so you could capture up along with this Hotchkiss. Not sure if his mortar half tracks are obtainable anymore. Yep, I don't see any more half track carcasses. NCG squad's moving around the flank. Rifle squad does go a frag grenade there. Gets some good damage on one of them. 2-2 advance forward, trying to overrun the sniper. We'll be able to kill off the sniper likely. I think he went for armor piercing rounds right there. You can see the armor piercing rounds ripping apart the 2-2. Now the M10 will roll and miss there. Does take it out. And the sniper does stay alive.
Rifleman squad, front and center. Taking full on fire here. It's over with, God.
SCG squad now engaging the rifleman. Rifleman squad eyeing for this garrison. The garrison's not very well healthy. That was a pretty bad incendiary grenade there. It does call with a strafing run. G43 and Panzer Grenadier SCG squad advance forward. Pushes force back the rifleman. Yeah, ready to get in there? Oh, no, it's just the M10 speaking. Single Panzer Shark squad in that region. Something being pulled out in the Panzer Jaeger command. Another 2-2. Down the middle, a little Panzer Grenadiers. He does still, of course, have one Panzer Truck up and going. Doesn't really much more than that against the M10. Though he could try to plant some more landmines. Not sure where the rest of his landmines may have went. There's this teller mine over here. Don't see any more landmines over here.
Squad ready for order.
And there's a US landmine there. There is a teller mine here. Panzer squad trying to pursue this 30 cal.
The enemy is weak.
Let's set up right there. That's not a good. That's not advanced any farther forward there. SCG squad does fall back. Does manage to avoid the 30 cal fire. Now realizing which angle is fire setting on up. SCG squad still getting sort of stuck there. Sniper gets a shot onto these forces. Don't see any more landmines this region. And Panzer squad does fall back entirely.
We are losing ground.
You could potentially save up a little bit more manpower to get out the Panzer. I hear the 30 cal firing over here, hitting the 2-2. Trying to hunt down the sniper. He does got a sniper there. You have the Sherman tank now pulled on the field, a very powerful asset. He's maining the eye to get out. The Panzer seems like an ever increasingly good item to hit the Sherman tank and the M10.
The enemy is stealing a victory point from
Does for the Panzer. That's will help him hit those units. And I keep on hitting my microphone. My apologies.
supply lines are broken. We have
May have to
territory
just
cut off
raise
from
up a little bit
supply.
more so it's a little bit lower to my hands. Incendiary grenade does get thrown there, torching the 30 cal there. Yag Panther finds a landmine there, which is not good for the Yag Panther. Sherman tank will find a frontal armor bounce there. Good fire coming in this for Rifleman Squad there. He could bring in a bombing run, right? No, he does not have enough munitions. He's been spending a lot of munitions there. Another sticky bomb there onto the Panther. Trying to circle this the Yag Panther. He could try crewing the AT gun up rather than try Patrick, but does receive a model drop there. Yag Panther could engage in melee range. Does get a shot there. Patrick rolls with, fires, gets a hit there. I don't mind, at least some are on the flank. Yag Panther received quite a bit of fire there. Does get some model crushes there on the Rifleman. Does get hit there. Takes out the main gun of the Panther, of the M10. Holding mobilizer does go down. Big waste of a Yag Panther. And now the Patrick squad does go down. And it's not looking good for the Panzer League player. What is wrong with you? I hate trash talkers. Flame Meteors push way forward, trying to get some damage there on the Panzer Grenadier. Focus on the carcass there, very nice. Want to make sure he doesn't pull out a Burgundy to get that recovered. Though it'll be hard to recover from that location.
Squad, ready for orders.
Go ahead, Commander. We are ready.
Sherman tank may find telemine there. Does find telemine. Could have blew up the Panzer Grenadier. Will find one more shot before it escapes on out of there. Rolls a miss, however.
We are ready to go.
Another squad of Panzer Grenadiers deployed on the field.
Grenadiers here.
Go ahead for
Does have a
AT
captured AT gun here. Very nice. That could be helpful.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
AT gun shot takes a pot shot against the AT gun. Sherman tank now trying to crawl away, trying to avoid any additional damage. US player does have a small reserve of munitions, enough for a strafing run, enough for recon and a strafing run. He could potentially save a little bit more for the bomb run. The AT gun itself has took a bit of damage there. 30 cal starts firing away. Right now the VPs are very, very similar and soon to be even. Now they're even. Rapid squad does get overran there. 30 cal now firing, suppressing down the Panzer Grenadiers. More artillery mines, very nice. As Panzer Grenadier is continuously receiving fire. He may be eyeing for an incendiary grenade on the 30 cal. Or there's also a 30 cal behind the 30 cal to make sure the 30 cal doesn't get flanked. And both these Panzer Grenadiers do fall back. A little bit too many. Holy crap. He's done a good job of recapturing those 30 cals, that's for sure. I think a little bit too much, but it's been effective. Been very effective.
Rifles on me.
Panzer Grenadiers trying to push them forward, trying to stop this riflemen from capture this point. Now there's double capture in favor of the US player.
That should get you back in the war. Took the objective, and Jerry didn't even notice.
With a triple capture like this game can end very quickly. Panzer Grenadiers does get inside the garrison. Over here, we do have the Panzer Grenadier squad pushing forward, trying to eye for a shot on the engineers. Over here, M10, Dutch C1 making his advance. Does force back this squad of Panzer Grenadiers. This squad of Panzer Grenadiers trying to overrun the sniper. Does get a great strafe run there on these Panzer Grenadiers. And does fall back there. Flame Engineers not getting flame burst right there. May want to fall back. There's a upgraded squad as well, rather than single Panzer squad.
The enemy is down to
And the bolt action
100
rifle will
points.
get the kill there. Panzer Grenadiers trying to push forward, capture the point. Still got triple capture. Nothing really protecting this sector at the moment. Loaded Cow makes his way forward.
We are losing a victory point.
Sherman tank advance forward. Does save 2 Panzer shots there. Very nice. He does fall back. Does get some good damage there on that 2-2. Rifle squad to get off a sticky bomb there. There is a teller mine there, but of course you can't trip your own teller mines like that. Sticky bomb has been thrown. STG squad advancing forward. And he does kill off a gunner there. 2-2 does go down. And now the 30 cal does go down. Engineers receive a bit of fire there. May want to fall back. Does get suppressed and pinned there by a strafing run. Missed the other squad, however. Sherman Pick now gets some good damage there onto the Panzer Grenadier. Rolls a miss.
Stand firm, allies. The battle is ours.
50 tickets remaining. Triple capture pretty solid at the moment. And Flame Engineers do get 1 level of efficiency. Oh, and that teller mine that's been there for quite some time takes out the Sherman tank.
Losing ground out there.
Another incendiary grenade thrown. The 30 cal is going to just stick it there. This VP has been decaptured.
The enemy is down to 25 points.
Sniper camouflaging around. Did not see the sniper find a landmine. I'm always eager to see a sniper hit a
Losing ground
landmine.
out there.
Panzer Grenadiers on to decapture this point now. But right now, the US player has a good reserve of manpower and munitions. Oops, not fog of war. His opponent has plenty of fuel. Trying to put another telemine there. The US player could just deploy out mass aircraft and avoid all the telemines in the field. It's fun to counter telemines. Just don't blow out any vehicles for it to blow up. Gets a good grenade there. Even gets the one that's trying to throw an incendiary grenade. Does get a good hit there. The incendiary grenade does fall back nice and early.
Scheiße, the enemy is stealing a victory point from beneath our noses.
And now this point is being decaptured. We do have another Sherman deployed on the field. And the Jagdpanther carcass has actually not been destroyed, just severely damaged. Panzer squad again suppressed there, throws in incendiary grenade, but and retreat back this one. Sherman does go down. All to that AT gun. Sherman tank has now been redeployed. Capture in favor of the US player, so the VPs will rapidly decrease. Or not so rapidly decrease. Good Schimwagen landmine there. Another incendiary grenade thrown as well.
Our base is under attack.
Sherman tank advancing its way forward. No tunnel mines in this region. Does have a Panzer squad trying to engage. It's a good hit there. And the VPs are rapidly decreasing. This Panzer Grenadier is trying to decapture this point, but it's not going to be successful.
The enemy has cut down an infantry unit.
It does go down there, and that is the end of the replay. This end Grid saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.